What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? And again, just when you think the storm is over, we get another crazy sell-off like today. But before we get started, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. So I know there is a lot of people out there that are probably feeling some of the pain of what's been going on. Again, this is normal. The market does not always go up. You get a lot of whipsaw, and if you are a day trader or a investor, you're probably scratching your head, pulling out your hair, and wondering what is going on. Again, Powell, Mr. P, is coming on the horn tomorrow. Again, it's not for the Fed, I believe. I think he's just speaking for a university or something tomorrow. But obviously, every time he comes on the horn, he's always asked about different rates and stuff like that. And so we're going to see that again tomorrow. I don't know the exact time he's speaking tomorrow, but it will be tomorrow. Again, people are worried about the rates going up. Again, the yield curve is going higher again. Again, TLT. Let me just put it this way. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the charts. That way we can kind of look at this as I'm talking through this as well. That way you guys can get a visual of what's going on. Because I know a lot of people are worried right now about what's going on. It doesn't make any sense. I totally get that. It really doesn't. There's the fundamentals in general as far as the market sentiment I've been talking about is really strong. There's even been talk of reducing the stimulus because of the fact that the market is so strong. More things are coming out, although numbers came out today and they missed a lot of the different numbers that came out today. But being said, a lot of numbers were raised, and I think that's what people tend to forget. Estimates and stuff were raised because they were forward-looking on a lot of different estimates that were coming out today. But being said, I think people are afraid of what Powell's going to say. I think that's what this crazy sell-off was again today. But again, we've hit support, and now we're starting to push back up after hours. So we might see another gap up overnight and then turn around and tomorrow Powell can give us the blessing and then all would be well with the world again. I mean, that's very much a possibility. But with that being said, I mean, we're going to have to see how we do overnight. Like I said before, TLT is still holding. It did come down, but it is still holding. I talked about the bonds in general. Government is essentially buying short-term bonds right now, looking to rotate that back into the 10-year to kind of, this is essentially what's been pushing up the yield is the short-term bond buying. And again, if they're typically in an area of the market that doesn't have dramatic swings, and you start getting dramatic swings in it, it's going to affect the market. And the bond market being one of them. Now, being said, the Fed has been rumored to be looking to start buying the 10-year bonds by the end of this month, March. If that's being said, you could see TLT actually have a big move coming here. I wouldn't, again, this is not a recommendation. I wouldn't go buying a bunch of contracts in TLT, buying leaps and then hopefully it goes up, because it may not. So there's no 100% guarantee on these things. But if it does happen, they come in and start buying tons of 10-year bonds to get up that rate, so to fix the yield curve. This very much could be a play in action. But being said, the rates are still affecting the market, right? And the normalization, with that happening, what you're seeing is tech is going to be hit. And Cathie Woods talked about this a couple weeks ago. She said specifically that if rates are at all raised, that innovation would be hit the most, tech would be hit the most. And you're seeing that in the market. And you're wondering why tech is not going up and you keep buying the dip. You should cool off and wait unless you are investing and willing to hold these stocks for a long period of time. The positions I have right now are just long holds. I've also been doing some intraday scalping when it's the setup is good, right? I haven't rushed into any of the scalps that I'm doing. Ultimately, I'm trying to wait and see how things play out, because the market right now is really uncertain on everything. You can see that there's just been so much wavering in this market, and nothing's really making sense aside from the rates and the normalization of tech, right? Because you have all these high PEs on these different stocks, and so they're trying to take them down. Now, but that being said, they could still come down even more. So just be aware of that. So tech, I've been a big player of tech. A lot of my positions are in tech. Being said, are you willing to hold tech for another 30 to 40, 50% loss? Not saying it would go 50. I mean, anything is possible. It could all go to zero, right? But being said, there could still be more to come when it comes to tech. So I've actually started looking to see, want to start looking at more value stocks and seeing what's able to play here, because tech has just been obliterated. As you can see today, it's just been absolutely destroyed today. I didn't watch the rest of the market towards the end of the day, but I stopped watching around this point when we started getting some of this bleed off. Now it looks like we're bouncing. Again, SPY in itself looks like it's gapping back up overnight. I wouldn't be surprised if we're back at these levels tomorrow. Powell gives us the go ahead, and maybe we finally break that trend and start heading back up. And then we got stimulus Friday, Saturday, could be a possibility. Although I've heard rumor that McConnell is not going to just let this bill pass. So that being said, I mean, that could be something else that that causes the market to sell off. The market is still strong, though, in general. So I think the biggest play here is just the yield, dealing with the rates in the yield curve at this point. The stimulus, I think it's give or take. We might see a quick candle down, but I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference. To be honest, it's just my opinion. Tesla is still holding well. Just holding this level, although if it breaks, right, we can possibly go down to that 619. I know people are like, oh, Tesla's going to fall right into 5. Anything is possible. I get that, but Tesla to fall down to 5, I don't know, maybe. I'm just not seeing it. There's been a lot of selling in the market, and Tesla's actually held up very well. And so is Apple, matter of fact. Apple's coming back down to that. It's a good support level too. So that's just being said. Square, they got destroyed today. If it finally came out, had that push up, the news from the bank push it up, and then now it's just selling off. Airbnb, I've been debating this one. Actually, I did play this one today. Try to go for a quick scalp. I did take a little red on this, but the thing is I actually scalped Tesla quite a bit today. I made some good money off of Tesla. I scalped TLT too, not much. It was just a small pop. I had a couple contracts in it, and so I scalped TLT at the very bottom when it hit support. Didn't want to hold those overnight. That as far as like a TLT play, something I want to keep in mind down the road here in the short term. But Facebook is also one of the techs that really hasn't been hit that bad. So keep that in mind. I know the forward PE on this one is actually normalizing, so that's why we haven't seen such big changes in this in Facebook. Something else too, Kathy's activity today, she bought a lot more Tesla, she bought a lot more U and Pelletier, so that was good to see on my behalf, since I am holding a long-term U and Palantir as well, so Pelletier. So being said, BYND is okay. Spot, again, I play a lot of tech, so all these you're going to see have been pretty hit hard. Value stocks are holding well. Disney's holding well. Might be one I start playing a little bit more until tech figures out what it's doing. I mean, after hours, tech is starting to look like it's starting to pop back. I think some of the techs that aren't big tech haven't been hit that bad. Pelletier is also, this is really interesting here. I know there's been a lot of rumors about Wall Street bets and Pelletier. It's been on their hit list as far as short interest. I guess there was a lot of option activity after hours here or before close. And then we had this, what is this? A little over $1 move here after hours. So this could be one on watch tomorrow. If Wall Street Bets is pumping this one, I'll prepare for this one to do a little bit of running here. So we'll see how that one goes tomorrow. I am in this position. I wasn't in it for long. I didn't get in this position because of any kind of Wall Street Bets things. It's not what I do. It's purely fundamentals on this one. I think it could have a good year. That's why I got into it and why I'm holding it. Same with NNDM. Same thing here. It's not holding as well as some of the tech. It's coming down a little bit, but I think we'll still be good with this one. I still like that position. Fastly, this one continues to sell. It's kind of like NNDM, but overall, still something I want to keep on watch in case tech decides to turn around and start running back up. If we are seeing some kind of normalization going on right now, it'd be interesting to actually see what does happen with this. So, but being said, how much are we going to go up, right? If it's been normalized, how much more are we going to go back up? Or we're just going to go, okay, that was fine. Thanks for normalizing, come again, and we'll just go right back to all-time highs again, or what's going to happen at that point. But a lot of these, I did take Planet 13 today. I took a small position in this one. Just a starter position. If it comes back down, I'll average down this one. I want to hold this one for the year. It is one that I do like, Planet 13. Kind of upset I didn't hold it at this 5 when I got in before it jumped to 9, but I want to build this position back up. VRYYF is still in this one. I still like this one. April is the big month for this company here. The very good food company. Still like it. Earnings and everything else is going to come out. I think that's when this bad boy is really going to start running. Throughout the year, I mean, I think we'll hit up. I'm hearing targets of $20. We'll see what is possible. I think there's a lot that's possible with this one. It still has to get to distribution in the U.S. and everything down packed, but the growth rates and everything on this company are amazing, and I highly advise you check that out. Evogen, not interested in. CRNT, have those 2 leap contracts in this. We'll see what happens with this one. I may cut this just depending on tomorrow and shift those into something else. Might look at value as opposed to tech for that one. If you're going to be in tech, definitely high conviction at this point. If you're not, I'll try to remain as much cash as possible. Kind of just let the way things play out. Aim for value at this point, a good value that you have good conviction in, and then just go with that one for now. Riot is holding well and trading sideways, so it'd be good to see what comes with that one. I might actually look at this one tomorrow. No, TAN and P. Yeah, see, everything is all energy and everything has just been slammed down pretty hard. NGA, everybody. Lemonade just all the way back down to 100. It's interesting. The chip shorted stuff, so you've been seeing the chip sell off. BA had a good run this morning. Kind of ran out of gas, coming back down. Amazon is under 3,000. So you're definitely going through some kind of normalization here. I've seen some really ridiculous numbers for normalization, so just be aware that there could be a lot more selling in tech, just primarily in the tech space. So again, just find high conviction value and then let tech play itself out, and then at that point, then you jump back in tech at that point. I myself, I hold in for longer term on the tech stocks I'm in. That's why I got into them. I felt they were at a good base. And again, you guys know my theory. If you've been following me at all, my theory are still strong. I don't think this is going to be any massive. You're seeing a massive correction in tech. I can tell you that. Normalization, most definitely. But there is a massive correction going on in tech at the moment. That's a definite. But as far as like a crash or anything, I don't think anything like that's going to happen. I think that will come on later down the road. You're not going to have a bunch of two big crashes back-to-back years. Again, nothing is impossible, but the likelihood of it happening is pretty rare. Pins. Not interested in Snap. Snap, I would like to grab leaps in this thing. I need to actually look at the daily and see. So you'll get a bounce off the 50, but I don't think if we could get Snap back down by 42, that'd be awesome. But I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest. That's way for a bit of a reach right there. But if they're talking about this normalization, we might actually see something similar to that in tech. We'll see what happens. ZM. Kathy Woods talked about ZM, about how undervalued this company is. So you might actually see a pop in this tomorrow. It might actually be worth taking some leaps and stuff out of this. In my opinion, I want to watch it though. I mean, if it does start hitting like 300 and stuff, I might actually look to get in at 300 on ZM with leaps, possibly even shares at that point. I have to see. Right now, everything is short term. I'm not looking at anything, or everything is long term. I'm not looking at anything short term. If it is short term, I'm scalping intraday, a couple minutes and in and out, and I'm not sticking around, especially with the whipsaw and stuff that's going on. If you've never done it before, I wouldn't advise even attempting to do it. Because you have to be very quick, and it has to have your full attention, or it's going to take your money. WIN looking strong still. CCL looking strong. Again, all tech is just being destroyed. Twilio might actually be really good if it has some kind of correction, to be honest. Looks like it just broke the 50, so you might see a good sell down to 3. If it goes down to 300, that would be an awesome buy. Twilio, I have to definitely keep an eye on that one. I know the airlines are still popping. Z, it's had a good support, but it's still selling off there. Rocket, it's finally came down. This was a Wall Street Bets one also as well. Kind of push this. So I'm wondering if we're going to see something like this. Maybe we get a $50 run with Pelletier tomorrow. That'd be awesome. But we'll have to see how that played out. Again, I wasn't betting on Wall Street Bets backing my bet. I don't trade like that. That's not what I do. I base it purely on fundamentals. I like the company. I think it has big potential throughout this year. That's why I got into it. But nonetheless, we'll see what happens tomorrow. If that's the case, if we get some parabolic move tomorrow, I'm going to liquidate my position and then move on from there. But I'll let you guys know on that. Walgreens, this is one I actually like value. I might actually take a position in this. I want to look at this tomorrow and watch Walgreens. I do like Walgreens as a value play. Let's see here. How DraftKings finally coming down. Oh, this SAVA. I've actually taken a position in this. It came in today. I took a small position in this, so I am in shares in this as well. No big position, but I have a position in that. Wanted to diverse my picks a little bit. I haven't played much outside of tech for a while, so just trying to get some positions that I like. Let's see here, GME, WWE, CRISPR. Yeah, everything's selling off, but it looks Live Nation had a nice little pop today, a couple dollar mark. But ultimately, just the market in general, it looks like we're popping, retesting. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we gap up again tomorrow. We're right back to close to where we opened the day, and then we get some Powell news and possibly even break this trend. We'll have to see how that plays out. Again, but be safe, manage risk, guys. If it's too stressful, just don't trade, right? Just let everything play out, go do something else, come back when the market figures out what it's doing, right? Don't sit in there, sit in the chop, destroy option contracts. Don't get in positions to try to go with momentum and then find out that you're just whipsawing, stuck and just losing money. If you take 2 losing trades in one day, you need to just step away at that point. But ultimately, again, we'll see how the market acts tomorrow. We have a whole night. So until then, manage risk, guys, and I will see you guys later.